say. I talk a lot of plans that we have made, and saving text the only thing I save. I broke a pill in half like it's a vase. I'm out my body, out my fucking face. Don't worry about the other guys or what they say when fucking other guys. Burn that in my soul and in my brain. I'm young, my mind is old and need a cane. I just like Naruto through my veins. Smoking hidden leaf, help me ease the pain. Thoughts from years ago drive me insane. Sewerperson, draining all the rain. I thought about the losses and the gains. I'm in my head, I'm smoking on the strain. In my element, I feel like aim. Every time we met, we always bang. I don't really want that shit to change. Got some feelings out the other night. Body fucked up, but my mind is right. These are red light, it give me life, yeah. I don't wanna talk about the past. Berber bites are on my legs and ass. Dirty body itching, smoking gas. I was waiting for this shit to pass. Never really did it, now I'm here. Thought I'd give it time, it's gotta clear. But now it's all the same as last year. Slowly turning into shit I fear. Can't control the tremor or the tears. I can feel the tension in the air. Biting nails and ripping out my hair. Bad person, bad family affairs. Younger me would never really care. Used to smoke a K and lay back. Now I'm smoking face a while and stare. I said shit, we take it to the grave. And talk a lot with nothing left to say. And talk a lot of plays that we have made. And saving takes the only thing I save. I broke a pill and half like it's a face. I'm out of body, on my fucking face. Don't worry about the other guys or what they say when fucking other guys. Burn that in my soul and in my brain. I'm young, my mind is old, I need a cane. Not just like Naruto through my veins. Smoking hidden leaf that help me ease the pain. Thoughts from years ago drive me insane. Sewerperson, draining all the rain. I thought about the losses and the gains. I'm in my head, I'm smoking on the strain.
Hi guys on YouTube, I'm going to play a song or two and then we're going to get started with the stream. Thanks for everybody coming out already. This is going to be a nice episode. We got some heartfelt things to go through. My guest host, hopefully all of y'all know him. No stranger to the community. Thanks for coming. Enjoy these two songs and then we'll get started.
You want to take one? Think we should try it?
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
Say, would you bring all those microphones in, please? Let's get some real good sound.
I'm still learning, still getting it, promise. I'll do much better this time. I can tell you're starting to try to pull back. I'm heading into a scam 3 times. My head is inside. Bad place for getting my name and my face. I'm getting the worst fucking taste when I'm breathing in. Passed out on the back porch, I again. My friends always gotta come help me in. Dead night, no noise but the warm wind. It drifts by and it puts me on my feet again. Remember how we were those summer nights. Blind smoke flew up to the summer sky. Felt like we can know that love all the time. Now it's gone and nothing's ever fucking feeling right.
And I think that you coming with me would further the development of our relationship and allow us both to realize the potential of our interpersonalism.
If you're gonna be sarcastic,
I'm not being anything.
I'm still learning, still getting it, promise. I'll do much better this time. I can tell you're starting to try to pull back. I'm heading into a scam 3 times. My head is inside.
As of right now, I'm claiming this next song to be the theme song of the podcast. Enjoy. Well, I told you. I'm back in it with a vibe on the clock. Bot's fucking up, bruh. Come through tonight. Let's go. Thank you everybody for showing up already. Thank you everybody for the support on episode 1. I can't even explain how it already feels to know that we got so many eyes on us. The big man himself shared us on his story. He acknowledged it. He thanked everybody for showing up. Like, this is a big deal for the community, guys. Without further ado, though, I do want to get into it. I got, not much wrote. You know, last episode I had a whole script wrote, but this time I don't got much. Let me just get into it real quick. Welcome back to Conversations in the Sewer. I'm Dev, once again your host. Been a mod in the community for quite some time now. Dedicated pretty much my whole life to the underground scene, whether it's on SoundCloud, whether it's in real life. My whole local scene, my underground scene, music is my life. I listen to it morning, night, when I sleep, when I'm working, when I'm showering, when I'm never mind. All right. Anyways, this is episode 2, Underground Loyalty. Last week, we ended things off with a question, a pretty heavy question too. When did you find Sewerperson's music, and what did it mean to you back then when you found it? Tonight, we're going to start with the answers to that question, and they hit very deep. This community didn't just show up out of nowhere. It's people like y'all in the chats, people like y'all who show up to the shows, people like everybody who listens and streams the music videos, everything, who found the music in a dark hour or a random moment that ended up meaning everything to yourself. To get things rolling, I'd like to introduce my guest host. I invited him to come up here a couple weeks ago. He's somebody who's been around for a while, and if you've been around, you might have chatted with him on a random Tuesday. You might have been in a listening party VC with him once or twice when he attended, or you might know him as the person who dubbed Sewer as the Nikola Tesla of music. My co-host this week has an extensive background with supporting the underground scene and Sewerperson specifically. Somebody who's been real in here since the start. A Sewer Court OG, the one and only Heber. Bringing you to the stage now, buddy.
What's going on, everybody? What's up?
Let me
You hear
switch
me?
this over.
Everything sound good though? You hear me though, right?
Say hi to Heber while I get this
Yeah, what's going on, team?
thingy set up here, guys.
Oh, dude. You were talking about how this is like super big for like the community. I was thinking like also just the fact that it's like an outlet for uh, for like majority of the thoughts that would occur within the sphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just thought that was super cool. But yeah,
it really is though. Like,
anyway,
and if anybody ever has any input, like we said earlier, suggestions are always welcome. You can DM the page. You can DM myself, like even personally, and be like, "Hey, Dev, do this better next time." Like when I brought Heber on and we first started talking, he was like, "One of the things I'd recommend is to start with music," and I was like, "I know, bro, I know."
yeah, I'm sure you already had it thought out. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, but like the fact that you had the input, that's precious, you know?
no, for
That's
sure.
really precious
Right,
because
right.
I need criticism. We all need criticism. Um, Without it, it's just gonna be chaos. Let me get this
Yeah,
Discord
I think
chat
that's
out of the way.
the
Holy crap.
I think that's the really cool part of like sort of the show is that the input is like so free and like could just come from like multiple sources.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
I uh I really want to gear at least the beginning of this podcast towards the community and really show people that they have a place to talk, a place to get together and celebrate all of the music that we listen to, go to all the shows together. You know, stuff that actually matters. Stuff that
for
actually
sure.
matters. How you been though, Heber?
Oh, I've been great, dude. Yeah, dude, I've been super excited for just to be here, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you on. You're somebody who's very articulate. When I saw that video when you dubbed Sewer as the Nikola Tesla of music, dude, like your breakdown was so intricate, careful. I feel like it was like perfectly executed. You hit all the bases that somebody who didn't know Sewer at the time got information from you and was like, this is interesting. You probably inspired a bunch of people to look into the discography.
I feel yeah, it's kind of like the original intention was just to like get my friends to like sort of understand a little bit more of like where my head was at with this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. And that was how many years ago at this point?
dude, I don't even know, maybe like 3, 4. I
Yeah.
genuinely don't even know.
So when I said
Like
that,
you told me, you know.
yeah, I think it was 4 or 5. Yeah, when I was thinking, who could I have from the community come on that's an OG that people know that can get their point across and get it across well. I thought of you instantly just because of that
I
video,
appreciate
man.
that.
And we're gonna have you. I don't want to spoil too much, but we're definitely gonna have you on again. Uh, if people were here for the last episode, they know the layout that I have, and there's a couple deep dives coming up, but we'll save that for another time to
Oh
spoil.
yeah, just because like also that additionally to mention the fact that like this is like an open space for ideas was like just a variety of sort of things that the podcast would offer. You know, it's like it's breakdowns, it's
Hmm.
conversations with like various types of people within the community. So it's sort of like if anybody genuinely has like sort of an outlandish thought, it's like it's worth to just throw out, you know. But yeah,
I wouldn't even say it's an out. Shout out to Carter for subscribing. Thank you.
shout
Uh,
out.
I wouldn't say that's even a random thought because the craziest people are the ones who end up going the farthest. Like when I don't want to use them as an example, but when Elon started, saying that he wanted to go to Mars, everybody's like, "You're crazy. That's not gonna happen." What happened when he landed a rocket? Like self-landed a rocket that can eventually take off. Yeah, I know Elon, but it's just an example. The craziest people are the ones who are always doing, you know? Um,
I think so. Yeah, it just starts from like the fundamental belief of like I can do this, you know,
exactly.
or this is possible, and sort of like if you have an idea in relation to like that you think could be implemented into the show, it's like it can be possible. So it's like that's like the encouragement that allows you to share the idea. But, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to come up here and pick apart a couple tracks too, man, just shoot me a message. This guy, this guy Sewerperson has like 1,000 something songs that we can pick apart between Nine Tails and Sewerperson. And if you want to go back to Oculus Rift and all of that and find all of those. We could probably find even more.
Oh,
There's
that's
a lot.
some crazy stuff.
There's a lot to pick apart. Um, so we got a decent amount of submissions, guys. I hope
Dude,
we
so
hit.
true.
I hope we hit everybody's because I want everybody's story to be told. But if you didn't, if yours doesn't get said on the podcast, it is not your last chance. There's going to be a question at least every single week. And if it's not a question for me, we might relay the questions over to Miles. Who knows? I really want everybody's input. I want y'all to know that your input is valued. So if I don't say your message, if you submitted something and it's not being said on the stream, I promise you, I saw it. I acknowledged it. It'll be used later down the road. Just keep giving me ideas. Keep helping me feed this fire. I don't want to be the sole reason that this goes. Like I said before, I want people to be able to make their own segments, and I want there to be a Tuesday segment where people can go live, and it's not me every single time behind the microphone and camera, because the community, like I said, deserves a microphone, and it's alive. There's thousands of us. There's thousands of people who go to these tours, who stream the music and everything. I can't be the only person who wants to get up here and talk about it. And I'm clearly not, because Heber's here with a smile on his face.
For sure. I was also thinking, hopefully for like future breakdowns, we like give just a little bit heads up of like what we're breaking down, so like people could also like personally break down and like bring their own 2 cents into the chat if they want to. That'd be super sick.
That's smart. I didn't even think of that. I was gonna try to keep everything in the dark, but
I mean, I was just thinking for like specific like album reviews, just because it's like sometimes it takes a while to like digest things. I
oh
don't know.
yeah, definitely. In the album reviews, I feel like those are gonna be so long too. So I feel like there's room for input. I feel like having more of a conversation instead of just me, you, whoever else is deep diving it on the stage. That's a great idea. See,
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Yeah.
see, this is why he's here, guys. He's helping me out already. All right. Before we get into the stories, I just want to say the loyalty in the scene isn't hype driven. It's not surrounding clout. We all have a deep connection to this music. It's kind of like a heartwarming bond, and it's way more personal than the connections in other mainstream scenes that we see. And that's why we're trying to talk about this. That's why we're going to break down how people feel when they found this music, how people feel now listening to this music, and essentially what it means to them at the end of the day. You think we're ready to get started?
Yeah, man, I think so.
Sick.
I
Let's
guess
do
so.
it. Let's do it. I think the
All right.
chats are about to overlap here in a second, so bear with me, guys.
Something like that.
I don't want it to show. It's gonna show. All right, we're scrolling up to the first one. So
Okay.
Heber's gonna start. We're gonna read them, and then probably at the end of them break down what we think about it. So without further ado,
All right. Here we go with the first submission. I found Miles back in 2017. Started off with just a few random songs, and I was really too young to understand a lot of what was being presented with. Shit was hard because I was diagnosed schizophrenic, and that meant I didn't really have anyone that understood what it was like. The more I really found from Miles back, from when he was Nine Tails, the more it started to resonate. I was listening to Lund around the same time, but Miles brought a lot of thoughts into place where they didn't feel like they were a problem. From depression to other thoughts in my brain or being kind of strange kid. But Miles let me tap into a place in my brain I'd been kept out of in a lot of sense. Part that was shunned. I've been listening ever since, and it's something that really means a lot to me. He's the reason I still write my stories and poems and shit. He gave me an outlet for stuff that a kid could never really understand or could have never really understood. And that was by Seal. Hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, that's pretty I think I like how he I think it's really relatable where you resonate with like the truths that are in the music, and like
yeah,
it's pretty good.
I think I think Sil got their point across very well. I think a lot of that's relatable. You know, we all kind of look for an outlet in music, um, and end up falling for an artist, you know, that we feel like we'd never really be understood, and then we find somebody like Miles, we find somebody like Garden, we find somebody like Kennedy, you know, who we just hear a song and it's like they get it. You know, might not know these people. We might see them on Instagram Live every once in a while, but through the music, it's like they're right here with us type thing. I feel like the submission is a embodiment of that. Love the story. I love thank you for sharing. Really. That's
Yeah, for sure. It's also really cool how like keeps you inspired to like, you know, still write and you know, just create. It's pretty cool.
yeah, right. Hearing somebody else's art makes you want to create the art. Like that's awesome. Stay inspired, stay listening, stay giving input. Seriously, you're a valued member of the community. We appreciate you. Cool. We'll move on to number 8 now. Let me make this a little bigger so everybody can see. Says, found Sewer before the elixir dropped. Don't know why the fuck it took me so long, but I have now just completely become so intrigued with Sewer's lyrics and writing style. Found him in a low point of feeling lost in life, and really found comfort in him sharing what he's going through too. Thanks for doing this podcast, Dev. Can't wait to see how this grows. I can't wait to. And it's people like you who made the submission. Your name's not on it, so I'm not gonna say it. And as you can see in the chat, we don't have them in the chat for a reason. It's people like you on why this who are gonna make this podcast grow. I think the fact that you hear one song and you're like, wow, that catches my ear, the way that this guy said this bar and then blah blah blah, it brought you deeper into his discography because you wanted to pick apart the writing style. That's something that I feel like we'll see a lot throughout these submissions and throughout this podcast. Heber?
Yeah, for sure. That's sick.
Yeah, dude. That's right. You want to move on?
Yeah, let's just go to the next one, I guess.
Cool.
All right, the next one, number 3, I guess, but it says number 9. I found Sewerperson through another friend while gaming during a Spotify session. The first song I ever heard was No Harm No Foul, which is a banger. But as I listened to more songs, there was emotional and other meanings I connected with his lyrics heavily. That's pretty true. As it happens, he really helped me get through the tough days because these songs really be hitting home for real. Like he's been my main source of comfort for the past year. Keep it anonymous, but yeah, it's super cool that like you found the music through gaming as well, and then got further into it as well, connecting with the music. I think that's what we all like super relate to, is the heavy connection to the music and the lyricism.
Facts. I think like Heber said, finding it through gaming with a friend, like that's so cool. And then like that's a memory that y'all are gonna have for the rest of your life. Like
that's pretty sick.
Yo, dude, remember when you showed me Sewerperson? Like that's crazy. And No Harm No Foul to start off on. No harm, no foul, let's go. Smoke weed. Hey, hold up. Hey. That's a banger. That's a good one to start off on. You said keep it anonymous, so we're gonna keep it anonymous, but thank you for the submission, sincerely. I'm loving all these stories already. Like 3 in, and I'm already loving hearing how people are discovering Sewer. Similar to, you know, kind of similar to me. Next one, number 10. I don't want to scroll too far and give y'all the next one. Okay. Don't show my name, please. You're good. It's anonymous in the chat. The Sewers found me back in 2020, so I'm late to the party. Pause. The Sewers found me. That's fire. That's a great way to start that off. I already like this already.
I think the best opener.
Yeah, right. It's cinematic. He was thinking about me reading it back on stream, wanting me to sound cool. Shout out to whoever submitted this for real.
Like this is a creative person. Like send this advice.
Facts. You want to co-host? No, I'm kidding. The sewers found me back in 2020, so I'm late to the party. I was at one of the most depressing parts of my life, and I didn't have a home. Parents always fighting. My siblings and I were not close at the time, and I wasn't at a good place at the time, so I was on YouTube, and I was just scrolling on a channel that was called Sad Boy Vibes. Shout out Sad Boy Vibes. Now called You Are Safe Here. Facts, did change their name. And the first song I found from Sewerperson was Coma, and that shit hit hard. But that's the type of music I was looking for, that type of stuff that would make me feel something, because I was low-key dead on the inside. I could barely feel shit. That gave me one of the best cries in my life. I needed something like that, and now here I am chilling in the sewers just vibing. I love this shit, bro. Sewer gang forever. Word.
That's pretty cool. I think I really felt the part where like give me the best cries. I don't think I've personally like experienced that, but it's like I can imagine somebody like having such a like amazing crying session through the music. You know, like that's pretty big. You know.
I have.
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, man, that's crazy. I'm sure a lot of people have. Yeah, man.
Bro, like when I first heard like Love Me, oh my god. His vocals in that song are just so emotional. Like everything behind that song is just so emotional.
There's a lot of emotion going on. Yeah,
You find it at the right time, it's definitely gonna be
it's true. Right time.
sad, but at the same time, like when we're sad like that, it's what we need. Like we're looking for something like that. That's fire. That's fire. Coma, also starting off on Coma, that's fire. I like how a couple people have already said they found it on YouTube. Like that's awesome. That means the algorithm's working. Sewer gang forever. That's a motto too. I don't even have to say much. That submission speaks for itself.
That's right.
Honestly. All right, moving on to the next one.
All right, next one, number 11. I came across Sewer around the end of middle school on YouTube when he was under the name of Ninetales. Around that time, his music was very inspirational to my artwork/stories and healing because of my depression and stress started to get to the best of me. I never felt like me as a person or my mindset could be understood by anyone if I tried explaining. But Sewer's songs back then really painted the picture that I wasn't alone in that type of pain and that my thoughts and emotions were validated. To this day, his music continues to be that reminder when I feel out of place, Lil Knight or Sheepy. That's pretty relatable in terms of, again, the finding like relatability where nowhere else it could be found in the music.
Honestly, yeah, I think there's a central theme behind just the music being comforting for people during dark times.
Specifically for this person, like their depression and stress, like they specifically said it got the best of them, but this helped out in some sense.
I think that's amazing. I think the power of music, specifically a smaller artist, because the smaller local artists with under 100K listeners, blah blah blah, I feel like they're always pushed to the side for some reason. People don't take them seriously, but part of the reason why we're taking the time to go through these submissions and everything is to show not just our own community, but anybody else who sees this when I post a clip to TikTok or Instagram or something that, like, yeah, it's just music to you, but it's really a way of life. Like the sewer is a mindset. The sewer is a community. Everybody comes here. There might be problems from time to time, but everybody comes here for a release, to feel free. To talk about the music that we listen to, maybe to listen to some of the music on a listening party that we have. Like, it's a common. We all have something in common, and that's the reason why we're here. Beautiful submission. Thank you, Lil Knight or Sheepy. You're a goat. I appreciate that. Let's go to number 6. December of 2023, I was heading back home for winter break after my first semester at college. I was listening to Spotify with recommended tracks turned on while cleaning my room. K started playing, and I played it probably a dozen times on repeat, and then I listened to the rest of Sewer's stuff through the night. After all, everything is easy in the night.
It's a reference.
I see you. I see what you're doing there. You think you're slick. You think you're quick, huh? Hey. That was. I feel like
That
the
was sick.
ending was very well thought out, executed. K to start off on is a fun song too, because if you found it at the right time, I don't know if the music video was out for December of 2023, but like imagine you actually get a visual for your first Sewerperson song, because you know how many like he doesn't have a visual for that people are like, what's this guy look like? And you look him up and he has 6 music videos.
Pretty unique, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, that's great. Uh, recommended tracks is awesome too. See, I love how this is proving that the algorithm works. Uh, finding it during winter too, man. Like that's Sad Boy season. I love that. Shout out to you, anonymous confession number 6. Let's move on to the next one. Yo,
All right. We got
this
number
is
13
this is from one of the sewer chord goats, by the way.
for sure. An OG for sure.
OG OG.
I first learned about Sewer Person when Soft Heart Sewer and Gucci High Waters dropped Down and Out in 2020. However, I didn't really dig into Sewer Person's work until about 3 years later after my buddy from Soft Heart community recommended some tracks to me. I quickly found myself loving one catchy song after another and getting them stuck in my head. Sewer's personality shined through his music, and he seemed simultaneously chill, goofy, and heartfelt. It was so refreshing. I could see that this was a passionate artist who consistently generated fire, and I needed some more burns. When Mud dropped in early 2024, I knew I had to catch the loneliest tour in the world and had an amazing time. So glad that he toured again near me when the Flowers Bloom tour this year. Hope to continue making Super Person shows an annual tradition. That'd be really sick. But yeah, that was by Iremi. Hopefully I said the name right. But yeah, that was sick.
That was sick. I love how you took the time to explain that you heard something, you saw the tour, had to go, and then the tour caught you again the second time around. The fact that you showed out to 2 shows when you didn't even like listen to Buddy until recently, pretty much. I think that's so
Cool.
fire. Like that speaks volumes, you know, like the music's gonna catch you, gonna make somebody, you know, go out and spend $35 on the ticket. No matter what living situation you're in, if you're spending money to support these underground local artists who have like, you know, 100K listeners and under, like that speaks volumes, because there's a lot of people who see their numbers and don't even pay it attention. So shout out to you for supporting, for real. Shout out to you for being such a Discord OG, and you know,
For real.
I'll take some
Just being
more.
a sick person, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, you're a sick person. You're on the bot. We have a lot of fun with the bot when I do the bot. Shout out to you for getting me started. It's a great submission, and I think this is one of the submissions that I pretty much made the question for, is because I wanted to get something like this. You know, oh, I heard the music, didn't really catch me until I heard something else again, and then I saw he was going on tour. I gave it a chance, and now it's your annual tradition. Like that's literally the goal I wanted to get across when I was like, "Hey guys, how'd you find Sewer Person?" So, shout out to you. Thanks for the submission.
It's definitely the coolest thing that they got into it, and then the first like, or one of the first like large concerts happened, and then they got to go. And it's like sick. Like you got in perfect timing. I don't know, in some sense, it's sick.
Literally, yeah. Perfect timing too. That first tour was amazing. There were so many people there too. That was fun. All right. Number 15.
Right. Oh jeez. Oh dude.
Hold up, guys. It's 9:35. Do I want to read all that? No, I'm kidding.
You good?
I'm
We
reading
got
it.
this.
I'm reading it. Don't worry, guys. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Pause. All right, we're doing this.
Popcorn, read it.
Yo, seriously, popcorn stars. No, I'm kidding. Stars come up just to read, and then I kick them off the stage. Get out of here, little bro. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna get started. This is a long one. Hunker down, guys. I hope I have my reading glasses on today. All right. Growing up, I never really liked mainstream music. I was more into artists that you would consider alternative, but I had grown up loving rap and rock specifically, as well as a bunch of other genres. Back in 2012, I was trick shotting on my PS3 and would discover music through that. Artists such as The Eating Project, Fire, Black Bear, Fire, and Jez Dior. I don't know how to say that. I don't know which it's supposed to be, but anyways, which led me to SoundCloud. From there, I never really stopped discovering music on SoundCloud. Early days, Oliver Francis and Joji was all I'd really listened to. When I got older, I would start to listen to Nothing Nowhere, Suicide Boys, Family Pet, 93 Feet of Smoke, Gucci High Waters, Shinigami, Fatsy, Lil Lotus, and of course Lil Peep, rest in peace, all from SoundCloud. As I was already listening to these artists, I would also listen on YouTube, and from listening to these artists, I discovered Nine Tails. But back then, I had no clue that this was the artist we all know as Sewerperson. Let's see where else. Okay, this was probably back around 2017, so I had grown a lot as a person and relied on this music on the daily. It helped me so much being able to hear music from other people who I thought were just like myself, rather than some celebrity pretending to be something they're not. Facts. I felt a genuine connection through the music, and it helped me a lot with my own mental health and struggles, and I'm sure a lot of people will relate too. Times were different back then, and I'm so thankful we had these artists to relate to with their lyrics. Genuine poetry put to brilliantly self-produced music. That was a tongue twister, bro. You trying to set me up for failure here. It was inspiring, relatable, and most importantly, real. My friends at the time didn't share this sentiment. Oh my goodness. And I was quite ostracized. That's a great word. Bro, you cooked. You cooked on this. My friends at the time didn't share the sentiment, and I was quite ostracized because I preferred my own tasted music to theirs, which would always get played at parties, Drake's, etc. You know what I mean? Because I already had developed my love for these underground artists. By chance, one day I discovered Sewerperson when he dropped his Blue EP. I instantly fell in love with his music and every single album that followed. To this day, I cherish those albums so much in my heart. I had heard most of the other artists in the scene before this, but was simply blown away with how different the music felt. It was different, it was genuine, and it was inspirational. Facts. Every single day I would listen to the Color EPs, and I have core memories of walking my dog, vibing out to them. I felt a different kind of connection to the music than I had with any other artist that I had listened to before. However, I had no clue that this was the same person who made music under Nine Tails previously. It took me a good 6 months or so before I clocked that. I especially adored the tracks That's My Brother Jay, Captain Morgan. I would have these songs constantly on repeat because I felt the intention Sewer provided with these tracks. It brought me peace and clarity at the time of my life when I really needed it. No one else did it like he was back then, and I still believe that sentiment to be true to this day. Wow. This music even inspired me to learn music production myself, and I'm always so thankful for these songs existing back when they did, as they helped me tremendously. They had such a positive impact on my life, and to this day, I still feel the same exact way about Sewer. I really hope to see him live and meet him in person one day when the tours become outside of the US, so I can simply thank him for all he's done for me. The monumental positive impact his music had on my life was incredible at the time when I really needed it. A sentiment I'm sure most of us fans can relate to. Sewer will always be my GOAT, and thank you, Dev, for giving us a platform to share our stories. Bro, I don't know if y'all heard me, but like I started to get a little choked up in the middle of that. Like, whoever wrote this put their heart into that.
Dude, yeah, I really liked just how articulate they were about their story, and I mean, I also just like the story that they were telling too. Um, dude, the fact that they got in like when Blue dropped, that was crazy, dude. That's massive. Oh, I also thought it was sick how like they had like or described like their core memories walking their dog with the colored EPs. I think it's like super relatable to like have like specific memories tied to like earlier songs or like even specific albums, you know, just because it's like an era, you know.
I think they understood the mission. This was perfectly executed. It sounds super professional. Uh, I ain't gonna lie. It sounds like somebody really needs to meet him. I'm not gonna lie.
For real. It's very real.
Um, but you deserve it. Person who wrote this confession, you deserve it. Hopefully you get the chance. Hopefully the tours get outside of the US sometime soon. I know it's
For real.
super expensive to tour overseas. A lot of underground artists like Sewer Garden, they put up their own money for tours and stuff, so it's definitely in the works. I've heard him say that it's in the works, but I really hope that you get the chance to see him live, and hopefully some of the songs that you played on repeat get played, and you get to have a connection with him, because that was beautiful. That's something I feel like I need to forward to the manager and have him send to Miles, because it's always good for him to know that his music means something to somebody, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this too. Not just to show the community, to show him too, to show everybody that it's not just something you found on YouTube. It's something that you have core memories to. It's something that when you're at parties, chilling with your friends who are listening to mainstream music, you take the chance and you're like, yo guys, let's listen to Sewerperson, you know? And they're like, who's Sewerperson? And then you go down that rabbit hole, and if your friends are anything like mine, some of them might not come back. I have one of my closest friends, I showed Sewer at a party, and he just, yo man, when's his next show? Yo man, blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, the music's like the submission said, the music's so relatable. And it's something, it's just something way deeper than the music. It's connection way deeper than the music. It's lyrics, yeah, and everything, but it's pain. It's mutual pain. You know, we might have not felt it together, but I went through a similar pain that makes me relate to the music and want to listen to more. I think that was phenomenal. Took me a minute to read it. Sorry guys, my freaking third grade reading level, but that was fire. Now we have a couple submissions from the Instagram. Bear with me while I pull these up because they're all different sizes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this one's from a goat too. This one is from a goat. All right, Heber, your time
We're
to
good to
shine.
go. All right. All right. For the first Instagram submission, in reply to the story question, I had been a Ninetales fan and was heartbroken when he quit music on Valentine's Day 2019. I was listening to one of his songs on YouTube. It might have been What the Fuck I'm Crying, but I'm not sure. And underneath the comment where someone had said how much they miss Ninetales, someone replied, look up Sewerperson. It's just a crazy comment to see or to experiencing and not knowing who Sewerperson is. The first Sewerperson song I listened to was Okay. I could hardly believe it. He had fewer than 1,000 followers then. It was hard for me to recall what his music meant for me back then without considering the context of everything it's given me in the years that have happened since. But I know that life got a lot better in that instant. And that's really what's it called? It was crazy, dude. Just like the look up Sewerperson thing. That's like I feel like I remember seeing that kind of stuff around, you know.
Yeah.
Or just people trying to like help Ninetales fans be aware of like Sewerperson. It's
Of
like
who?
a
Yeah.
super cool thing.
It was like a huge separation, you know. It's like he had a separate audience when he came back. I'm gonna put the name on it because she said I could. So shout out to Nina.
Okay.
This is from
Yes, for real. Shout out Nino, dude.
this is from probably one of the most OG Sewer Chord members.
For real, dude.
I met
OG.
Nina in well, not for the first time. We've met 3 or 4 times now. Nina's such a dope person. Always good conversation. It's always a great time to see you. I appreciate you sending in the submission, sharing your story. The fact that you were listening to Ninetales when he quit, though, holy crap. Do you know how many people are like, damn, I wish I knew Ninetales back then? Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Yo, shout out to Swain for popping in, man. You're a goat.
Oh, for real, dude. Shout out Swain, dude.
Swin,
love
you're a
Swain.
freaking goat, bro. We're gonna get you on one of these. I don't want to spoil it for people,
That
but we're gonna
that
we're
would
gonna
be sick.
schedule you a time to get on one of these very, very soon, my friend. I just want to make sure the stage is set correctly, if you know what I mean. You deserve the exposure, so I didn't want to just throw you on in the first couple episodes. Um, but shout out to you, Swain. Thank you, bro. I love you. Um,
Love you, Swain. Would love to see you on here.
Facts, dude. Heber, you're a goat too, bro. You've been supporting everybody.
Thank you,
Um,
man.
yeah, I really like the submission. Finding OKKKKK as one of your freaking first songs too would be absolutely insane because that era was goated. Absolutely goated. Thanks, Nina, for real. I appreciate you sending that in. We're gonna move to the next one, which is, let me make sure I have the DMs up so I know if these people said I can say their names or not. I don't want to say somebody's name who doesn't want me to say their name. I thought I had it up. Jesus. All right, so this one is from Morgan. Yo, shout out Jessica for subscribing. I appreciate you, fam. Oh, yo, what's up, Jessica? How you doing? Hey, that's one of the homies I seen at a show. Anyways, this is Morgan's submission right here. She said, just got broken up with, and my best friend at the time killed himself. Spent days on end listening to depressing music on YouTube, and WTF I'm Crying was suggested to me. I loved the song and listened to his whole discography. Shortly after he dropped Proud of Me and Out My Bag, then announced him quitting. Made me hate living. Found him again through YouTube on the track I Love You. Ooh. Oh man, I might cry off of just hearing that. And I didn't
Crazy.
make the connection it was him yet. It felt too familiar and comfortable. Found out it was Miles when he dropped Comet and haven't looked back since. Love Miles and everything he's done. Fire. Absolutely fire. What were you gonna say,
Yeah, dude.
Heber?
Oh, dude, I just thought that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Um
Just like the going through like I guess like withdrawal. They're just like being really upset that the music is like the output was gone, and then finding it through the song I Love You. I mean, that's sick. Huh? Yeah.
I can only imagine the feeling of you like seeing the post like I quit music,
Yeah,
blah blah
no.
blah. He privates all of the social medias and starts deleting a couple tracks here and there, turns all the stats off on SoundCloud and everything, and then just one day magically, like you're on YouTube or something, like you said, you were on YouTube just one day coming across I Love You, and you hear that voice, you know, like and you're like, there's something about it, and then it clicks, like finally I would have tweaked, you know, like
Definitely a tweaking moment for sure.
be so fire. uh and especially like knowing what I know now, if I was to be in those shoes back then, I would have been grateful to find Sewerperson at when he was coming back type thing. I think this shows the longevity of the fan base that he has. That this and Nina's shows the longevity of the fan base that he has. Like there's people who saw him quit and then come back as Sewerperson and are still here. That's why the title of this is Underground Loyalty, because that's what loyalty is. That's people who find something that they love and fully indulge themselves in it, fully support. Like there's people in this community who have hundreds of thousands of streams on Sewerperson on Last FM and Spotify and all these tracking services and everything. There's people who listen to 100,000 minutes of him a year. Like it's so much bigger than just the music, and that's the reason why we're doing this. I am gonna go to the next one now.
Very true.
Sweet.
Oh, is this one my turn?
Yes, this is your turn.
Okay, right.
Yo,
Okay, all right.
before we get started, Doa, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. The third sentence in says where she's from. Shout out to you for supporting.
Right.
That's fire.
It's very true.
Absolutely fire. Sorry for cutting you off, bro. You can go
Oh,
ahead.
you're good. Let me just read the first three sentences real quick just to give people context. As for the weekly question, my name is Doa. I'm from all the way in Saudi Arabia, and I've been a huge fan since 2019. That is crazy, dude. Since 2019, too? Oh, what a time, dude. But that's crazy, dude. From Saudi Arabia, all the way from Saudi Arabia. That is insane. Yeah.
International. Like music has no borders.
It's true.
That's amazing. All right. My bad.
All right, you're good. Where was I? Oh, okay. I got since 2019, I got introduced to it by my crush, and ever since then, I felt like I have grown with Sewerperson's music. Every release seemed to come out during a specific chapter in my life, almost like a soundtrack to my journey. Whenever I go back and listen to the older songs, they pull me straight into the memories of those moments. Like each track holds a piece of me, who I was then. His music isn't just something I enjoy; it's something I've lived through. That is insane. That's so true, dude. Like that's super real. Like in terms of yeah, I mean, like super relatable. I think for like everybody. I don't know. I feel at least,
That's a
or at least
great.
just the connecting the memories with certain aspects of your life
It's like you
and then
grew.
growing.
Yeah, you grew with
That's
his
great.
music. It's not something you enjoy. It's something you lived through. Like that's amazing because the music plays a part in your life, and you also play a part in the music too. Like every single one of us who support, who send them messages, who like a story, all of them, you got to know it gives them motivation. Like imagine there's some people who don't care about numbers or anything, but the numbers definitely help you. Like seeing that people are liking what you're putting out, seeing people are liking the basic what if, not like bad basic, but basic what if video where he's standing over the phone or whatever it was recording and it's glitchy and stuff, and we showed up and we got it, what, tens of thousands of views because we're supporting him like that. It goes a long way. I think music has no borders, like I said earlier. The fact that the podcast reached you is amazing. She's in the chat right now
That's super
too.
cool.
Shout out to you,
That's
Doa.
sick.
You're
Shout out.
awesome. Keep tuning in. We love this. Really, that's another one of the reasons why I wanted to do this question and answer or submission segment, is to show people that there's people all over the world who listen to this music. And I saw Sutechi say it in the chat earlier. It's crazy how all of this started from a diary, you know? Like how many times has Miles came up on this in this Discord and said my music's just a diary. I'm just saying what I'm going through type thing. And you have somebody in Saudi Arabia who's been listening
Yeah, it's
since
crazy. I really
2019.
connected. I really connected to how they said like a soundtrack to my journey, which is like also like a little similar to like the diary, like it's
Yeah,
like but yeah, that's super cool though.
super poetic. Great submission. Absolutely love that one.
For real, for real.
Absolutely love that one. Um, Here's the last one, guys. Ante. I don't know how to say your name, bro. I really apologize, but I just butchered it. Anyways, found Ninetales through Convoke, Shinigami, or someone, can't remember, and from there somehow stumbled upon Face Eater. Ooh, liked one song, added the whole album to my playlist. Some days later, one of his songs from Face Eater popped up on shuffle. I hated it, removed it. Did sooner or
Crazy.
later the same with every single song on the album.
Or was it fuck that album?
Yo, I found Ghost Stories at a later date. At least I think it was Ghost Stories, and loved the fuck out of it. Played it on repeat for what felt like could be longer or shorter than a month. Decided to check out his other stuff. Loved all of it and found Face Eater again. Recognized the album and fucking loved it. Yo.
It's crazy.
IDK, how I changed so much in a short while, but who cares? Now I've been listening to him for 5 years and played his shit over 50K times. I literally just said there's people who played his music hundreds and hundreds and thousands of times, and this is concreting it. And I like the
Proof.
submission. Literally, I like the submission because it's back and forth. It shows like he has something for everybody. Even if you like it and then don't like it at a time, you're gonna come across something like a rap album, Ghost Stories back then. That's gonna hit, and then it might get you back into his other stuff. Like he has something for everything.
Oh, for sure. I actually relate to like the fact of or like not liking a song and then years later, like it's actually like the best song ever, like but yeah, that's super
Yeah,
crazy.
that's great. I really like that one. We got a you got a submission today, Heber, that I didn't put in the
Oh
channel.
yes, very true.
Uh, I'm about to read it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just put it in the channel and I'm gonna read it. Buddy, you didn't put your name on it, so I'm not gonna put your name on it. If you want to, I know you're in chat right now, so if you wanna, wow,
You want
free
to let them
trial.
know?
You see this, guys? I'm cheap. My free trial to
What?
the confessions bot just freaking expired in the middle of the stream.
Like
Let me
one more
just
submission, we would have been done.
let me just get that out of there real quick. Nobody saw that, right?
That's sick.
Oh, okay. Sutachi, he put it out there that it was his. Okay, cool. Yeah, it is
Bet.
his. He said it's half-assed. I don't think it's half-assed, bro. Like that's a decently long, you know.
You gave your story.
Yeah,
I
you
think
gave
so.
your story. That's all that matters, man. So yeah, last submission. Last but not least. When I first found Miles was around WTF I'm Crying by Nine Tails started blowing up. But honestly, I didn't like the song or much in the Tails archive at the start. I was more of a fan of mainstream stuff. But few years passed, I grown up, he quit Nine Tails, started making music as Sewer. So one day I was thinking about WTF I'm Crying song, trying to find it, and for some random reason I couldn't tell you why. I just wanted to listen to it, but I couldn't find it. A day later, YouTube recommends me March of the Undead by Sewerperson from Byteki's YouTube channel. Shout out Byteki the GOAT. And I fell in love with the song, listened to the EP, loved it, and it all went up from there. Checked out his whole discography. I realized he sounded like that WTF I'm Crying song I've been trying to find. So I done some digging and realized he was the same person. It was kind of a dark period in my life, so the song hit way better than a few years ago. Checked out Nine Tails, fell in love with all of his music since. That's fire. March of the
I like
Undead.
the. Okay, you went from like not really liking the Ninetale stuff when like you first heard of it, or like at least liking one song, but like and then later you actually like most of it, or at least I'm assuming. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. You said it was relatable in one of the last ones. Like I think that also has to play into the fact that he's got something for everybody. You know, like you might not like the DNA album, but you might love the Comet album. You know, even though I think both albums are good, and I love rap, and I'm getting into the whole like emo alt punk scene and stuff, and I think all the screamo albums and all of that are so fire. Um, just the range of music that he has. You know, you might find WTF I'm Crying and not like it, and then play Out My Bag by Nine Tails, and you're just like, yo, where was this on the other track? I think it's a good showcase for growth. I think the fact that he's kept his Nine Tails music up is a showcase for growth, and I think people who've listened to him since Nine Tails days, since the OG Byteki days, since the March of the Undead days, shows growth not only in the music but in themselves and in the community too. Like we're all, you know, we all listen to this, we all grow with it, we digest it. It's a lifestyle, man. These submissions were amazing. I really think y'all nailed it. With what my goal was, at least. Just to get some people the platform to say like, oh, he changed my life, he saved my life. I found it, you know, somebody I lost somebody close to me because of suicide, and I confided in the music. And a lot of people are like, don't sad songs make you sad? But your submissions just proved that that's the complete opposite. Like, yeah, they might make us feel sad or whatever, but it's also comforting because there's comfort in the pain. And I hope, you know, the couple of people we have in the chat, the people who are watching on YouTube, everybody notices that every single person in this community has something in common. Whether we found it from a random repost, from a comment on Nine Tails saying go look up Sewerperson, or from Smart Shuffle or a recommended play when you're playing on Spotify, playing games with your friends. We all are here because we relate to the music. We all relate to each other because we relate to the music. Is that You got anything else to say on the submissions, Heber?
I mean, just I agree. Like it's super. I had a great time just reading through them, and I thought the stories were really great. You know, there's some good stories here. But
Honestly,
yeah.
honestly, I think people did a really good job of getting their stories across, saying saying their side of the community, how they found the community at least. Um, there's a big reason why I said what it mean to you back then, because I want to do a later segment and build on these submissions that we had. Um, so the bot did DM you. If you want to keep your ID and everything that the bot DM'd you, I think it should have DM'd you a submission ID and all of that, or a number for it. Keep that. I'm not going to delete these submissions from this channel. And in one of the later segments, when I asked the question, the second parter to this question, um, we can revisit your first time submissions if you want to refresh yourself. But the second question is going to be, what's the music mean to you now? But that's going to be down the road, like I said. It's pretty much all I had for submissions though, Heber. So you know what time it is, right?
So
Uh, how did you find Sewerperson, and what did this music mean to you back then?
how did I find Sewerperson? Right. Oh, pretty like the classic YouTube. It was specifically Sad Show. It was like all the Sad Show videos. Those the Ninetales uploads. And then what's it called? But it was like it's because like I was like in a YouTube phase or whatever. I was just like strictly watching music or listening to music through YouTube during that time. And then, but that actually, you know, with all the different artists going on in that YouTube scene, is like, you know, it implored me to go on SoundCloud and, you know, start listening on SoundCloud because that's like where they were uploading mainly. And then that's whenever I actually found like Ninetales. It was like around the time that like AM to PM dropped. And
Ooh,
I remember just the album like had just dropped like whenever like I first like sort of got SoundCloud. I just listened to it while playing like video games, and I was like, this is a sick album. Um,
bags.
but I didn't like really get into like his discography until like maybe like a year later or something like that. But or maybe no, actually it was like maybe yeah, or it's probably like a year later. But it was basically like whenever Safe dropped, like the Safe album, like the last Ninetales album. That's whenever I was like, oh dang, dude, this is like probably the best artist I've actually heard. You know, just in terms of like the artistry in general, like just became like my favorite and most unique sound that I heard. And then obviously shortly after, like two song uploads later, he announced that he was gonna be quitting. That was like, wow, okay. Uh, After that, I was like, wow, it's crazy how like I just like sort of in my mind solidified this person to be like my favorite musical artist, and then boom, they're like no more music coming from this person. So that was like a pretty wild experience. So like after that, I just
Yeah,
started looking for all the Ninetales songs that I hadn't like heard yet, like that were out there. Just because I was like, and so that was like a few month experience of like just essentially getting all of like the songs that I hadn't heard yet of Ninetales. And it was interesting because like pretty much when I was like at the drought point, like when I was like feeling like essentially I heard all the songs, like have all the songs liked. That's whenever like I found out about Super Person, which is crazy. Like it was very shortly after that. So I was like, well, okay, well, there's literally no more Ninetales songs, and this is like my favorite artist. Nothing
right.
else I could do here. And now it's like, oh, well, actually, Super Person exists. And I think I found out about it through like, I think like it must have been, oh, I think it was like either Garden's Instagram story or a comment on like one of his posts or something. But yeah, and then I was like, when I first heard, it was like a song from Maroon. Like Maroon was being uploaded during that time, I guess. And it was like the first time listening, I was like, is it really him? Because obviously the sound was so different. The sound was so different. It was like I had to like really like listen a lot, listen carefully. I was like,
Right.
but it was like, yeah, not for sure. This is the guy, dude. But yeah, that day was like an insane experience just because I was like, there is already so many songs, and I just have this discography of like, I already know amazing music. So I just like laid in bed and then listened to the rest of the songs, stared at the ceiling. Great experience. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's how I found Sewerperson, I guess. What was the question again? I forgot.
How'd you find Sewerperson, and what did his music mean to you back then?
Oh, uh, fire.
Was
A
that
peak.
was that you just listened when you said you were listening to it, staring at the ceiling? Was that a play on Captain Morgan?
No, dude, that's
Okay,
literally just what I was ended up doing. Like when I
okay,
first found the SoundCloud account Sewerperson, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to just take this in. It was pretty crazy
okay.
because it was like, just constantly taking in like banger after banger, just consistently for like a couple hours. It was like a little it's sort of like taking like a super heavy drug just because it's sort of like eventually you get sensory the dopamine can't hit anymore, like you hit max dopamine, it's kind of wild. Yeah,
I love that, dude. That's pretty much that's awesome. Uh, you just like let the music engulf you pretty much for a little bit and until you
for
couldn't
sure.
anymore. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Obviously
awesome.
I kind of stopped after like pretty much like first listen too because I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna have a while to process this, so this is nice. Yeah.
It's heavy shit too, bro. Like there's not
True. So yeah, and it's also that like the lyricism to process. Like didn't even start there. Yeah.
literally, literally. Great answer, dude. Great submission, Heber.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, now it's like how did you find out about Sewer Person? What did his music mean to you back then?
So I listened to Nine Tails without knowing that I was listening to Nine Tails. Garden is a
I
local.
feel you.
Garden's local to me. I'm from 45 minutes from where Garden grew up. So I knew him. Solitary.
Nice.
All the bangers, man. Like all of
For
the
sure.
bangers. Um, and through Garden, I started listening to Gucci High Waters, and I really liked the November tape that Gucci High Waters and Nine Tails did, but I never
For
looked
sure.
deeper into Nine Tails music.
Hmm.
Uh, I foolishly moved in with my ex, and we were going through some pretty hard times, and ended up finding, um, I want to say it's Be Alright. Apple Watch heartbeat on a clock, like the slow, lo-fi sounding, all right, and it'll be all right. And I needed that song when I found it. I'd say that was probably August 2019. Um, Knew little, just a tiny little bit about Sewerperson. And it was just the songs that were coming up on my SoundCloud recommended plays. You know how it just plays random music after you listen to whatever. Um, so it came up like that, and then I remember I followed him, and the first notification I got after I followed him was the song Make Believe dropped.
Mhm.
And that song dropped the week before me and the ex broke up, and nastiest breakup of my life. Um, that Make Believe just like hit completely different. She was sitting next to me with ash blonde hair. I kept a quarter on the centerpiece, quarter of weed on the centerpiece for you to de-stress. We'd smoke 3 in the morning and 4 at sunset. Like all I can think about when I hear those lyrics is sitting by the river that our house was at and just chiefing before work and after work because that's all we did. We were smothering each other, living with each other. Um, and that Make Believe song came out, and I was like, this song was made for me. Like that song felt like I've heard his music before and everything before that, but that song was the song that I was like, dude, this guy gets it. You can listen to somebody for a while and then you hear that one track and it's like, all right, there's something more here. So I dug and I dug, and then I just kept falling in love with all the music. I love the forest. off of Nine Tails, that whole Cottage EP, the freaking all the grungy, sad but still rappy hip hoppy songs, dude. Like those keep me moving, bro. Like I can listen to Be Alright. Well, that's a very sad, slow, eerie song, but sit here with a huge smile on my face. And I feel like that's exactly how I felt back then. So to answer how I found his music through Gucci High Waters and what did it mean to me back then? It meant everything. It meant acceptance. It meant like I felt like I had a home, you know? I didn't know much about the community surrounding him. I don't know if there was much of one back then. Um, but the second that I found the community, I think I found the Discord 6 or 7 months after I found Make Believe. Um, I just knew that it was different, bro. Like I grew up listening to Kid Cudi, who's a very emotional artist, you know. Um, so like I felt acceptance in his songs and everything, but he also has millions of followers, dude, you know? Like he is a celebrity. That's somebody who I can't DM and then he'll like my comment, you know, or like my message because he has so many requests. Um I just the fact that one, I found somebody like Sewerperson in a moment when I needed it, and then half of a year later, he was dropping. I'm pretty sure working on Comet, dropping bangers back to back to back to back, and then posted join the official Discord, and I joined the Discord, and within the first hour of me being in the Discord, everyone Miles is in VC, and I'm talking to the person that just helped me get through the worst breakup of my life.
That's sick, dude.
I think I think that made it mean so much more back then, you know? Um yeah, dude, it's deeper than the music. As you can tell, everybody's submissions, it's way deeper than just hearing a sound and liking it, man. I think it's amazing that everybody's here um showing their side of the story. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about my side of the story because like it's something that weighs so heavy. And we don't even think about it weighing heavy. We're just here. But yeah.
Yeah, that was good, dude. That's crazy.
That's really how I found him, what it meant to me back then. Um
Just like that heavy connection that initially sparked the
yeah.
everything else, I guess.
I can't be the only person who like felt like, you know, you listen and you're like, oh, all right. You find the one song and you're like, I know this guy without knowing the guy, but you know him through the music. It's like, dude, you went through that and I went through it too. Like, and it's crazy how the lyrics of Make Believe lined up so perfectly to my situation that I was going through
That is
too.
crazy. That is crazy.
Like, absolutely insane.
I was also thinking about how like some of the submissions were like in the same vein of like relating to the lyricism and how it relates to their life. I was like, oh dang, I actually also relate because what's it called? Just like the fact of like hearing like truths in the song that I haven't heard anybody else speak. It was like, oh my gosh, this is like yo, nobody else is talking about this. This guy's talking about this. I love this guy. You know.
I wonder if like Miles ever thought that it'd be this big type thing. I wonder if he
I don't
ever thought like,
know.
yo, somebody's gonna be able to formulate a podcast off of my 1,000 songs that I dropped. Like, huh?
Well, it happened to be.
Exactly. Um, that pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's pretty much wrapping up what we had for you. I wanted to go through the submissions front to back. I wanted to hear the community stories. I wanted to display the community stories. Uh, this is part one of Underground Loyalty. I'll let you know right now. Um, thank you to Heber for coming on. We're gonna have
Thank you for
Heber.
the invite.
Yeah, dude, yeah. We're gonna have him back on for episode 4. We're gonna be deep diving into 4 tracks in the Sewer discography. Heber and I are gonna decide. He made a suggestion earlier for deep dives. Maybe we should let the community know what we're gonna deep dive so they can deep dive and have a conversation prepared. I think that's a great idea. So we'll work on getting a list together of four or five songs that we can go through in an episode, and put them out uh, into the Discord and on the Instagram page. Thanks, Heber. This was awesome, bro. I
Very
really enjoyed hearing your side, hearing your breakdown of the submissions, getting your voice in the community again. Might be the first time that you're on the podcast, but it's not the first time that the community's heard your voice, and it will not be the last time, man.
Thanks, man. Then yeah, I appreciate you bringing me on here. This was super cool, and yeah, I appreciate you actually just even doing this. What's it called? Just wanted to re-emphasize my appreciation for like this whole thing. I think it's like since you first told me about it, I was like, this is awesome. This is coming about, but yeah,
Yeah, bro. I think it's long overdue. We have excellent podcast hosts in the scene and everything. Like Mel Nige. If you don't check out
dude, for sure.
Mel's streams, bro, you are missing out, bro. Like his Monday stream that he just did with
How much
Polearm.
Mondays? Dude,
Oh
yeah.
my god, that
For
stream
sure.
was
I was
so
like, oh,
sick.
what a collab.
And Polearm's a goat in himself. So hearing Polearm like rate people's music and give like his input on it, like that was so cool. We
Yeah.
got we have Spooky Gang who did a podcast too that I'm pretty much using as a model for my podcast. Like shout out to Spooky. We got to get you on sometime too, brother. But the sewer community specifically needed something that we can latch on to that's ours. And this is ours, guys. This is I host it every single week at 9 p.m. Unless I have a concert or something, which I might have a concert coming up soon. I'll pre-record an episode or something and let y'all know. But this is specifically for us, hosted in the Discord on purpose, so people in the chat get the priority. My Discord chat is on the stream. I wasn't originally gonna do that, but I'm not gonna do my people wrong, man. Like I love this Discord community. I love the little YouTube community that I'm building. I posted something the other day saying thanks for coming out, and somebody commented on it on YouTube. Like I think that's
sick.
yeah, dude. I think it's cool, man. I think the scene needs something like this. And Heber, you're a huge help for this, man.
Thanks, man.
I was excited for tonight's conversation. I'm excited for the conversation we're gonna have in a couple weeks. Those deep
For
dives.
sure.
You're very articulate with your breakdown, so I'm gonna be excited to go head to head.
Thanks. No, I'm excited for just like anything else that's gonna come to this podcast. Yeah, like every episode, dude. I'm excited, dude.
There's a question every week, so here's this week's. Sutachi said smile for a screenshot.
Wow. I'm sure we got it. Here we go.
There's a question every week, guys. I put a question on Instagram the other day. I want y'all to use the submissions channel for this. Please put your name on the question. Please. I am asking these for a very specific reason. You guys will catch on to the reason sooner or later, but I'm not going to publicly say it. But the question for this week: if you could ask Sewerperson anything, what would your question be? Once again, if you could ask Sewerperson any question, what would it be? Please DM the Instagram page or do /confess in the Instagram in the Discord, and your question might get answered in one of these episodes. But yeah, like I said before, that's pretty much all I had for episode 2. I want to thank everybody who shared how they found Sewer and what the music meant to them. Reading the stories out loud tonight, it showed how deep the community is. It showed how deep the love runs for the music. It showed how deep the creativity for the artist is appreciated. It's not just music, it's a memory, it's pain, it's comfort, it's acceptance, it's belonging. Whether you found him through a random repost on a Tuesday night, a heartbreak, a YouTube recommended mix, or a sleepless night, you stayed. You're tuning into a podcast. You're showing up to the tours. You're streaming his music. Staying shows everything. Streaming the music thousands of times shows everything. Showing up to the tours shows everything. We all have something in common in this scene. We either experience something or this music gives us a feeling, and it's all relatable on all different levels. And I just want everybody to understand that you are loved, you are valued, and this podcast is from the people who built the community for the people who live in it. To my guest host, I want to say personally, Heber, I appreciate you pulling up, brother. Very fun conversation. It was fun holding the space with you tonight.
For sure, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, dude. To everybody listening, keep showing up, keep sharing the music, keep sharing our podcast. Please, please do me a favor. Go on Instagram, follow us. When I post, share the posts. I don't like to ask for comments and likes and all of that, but the engagement really, really helps. And I'm not going to try to get Miles to repost every single thing that I post. He deserves, if I have him come on this podcast, he deserves to have 100 live viewers. He deserves the episode to get 10K views in a certain amount of time. I want to make sure that the platform we give him when he comes on, if he comes on, is a good enough platform that he deserves. If your story didn't get read tonight, it's not too late. If you're listening on YouTube, join the Discord. The Discord link is literally discord.gg/sewerperson. It's right at the top over here. It's over, yeah. Discord.gg/sewerperson. Just go to your Discord, click join server, and then type in Sewerperson, and it'll bring you right here. Drop a message in the podcast chat or do /confess in any of the Discord chats. I'll see you. I'll hear you. I might run another submission thing like this back because I feel like there's double the amount of people who wanted to say something and we may have not put it up. Before I get ahead of myself, I do have a couple that didn't make it for the readings. So before we go anywhere, before it gets any deeper, I'm going to play a song and then I'm going to let these submissions speak for themselves. Super unprofessional of me to do this super last minute, but I'm sorry, guys. I completely forgot. I made a collage, not a collage, but something to display some of the things that we weren't going to say on the stream because the submissions were a lot, man. I didn't want to read every single one, so thank you everybody for coming. Enjoy these last couple submissions. Yeah, seriously. Thanks Heber for coming through.
Sure.
We'll see you next week, guys. I really appreciate it. Before I go any farther, next week is going to be the second part of Underground Loyalty. I have an artist booked for an interview live next Thursday. I'm going to say this one more time for our community to go crazy. I have an artist who works, toured, helped on a tour with Sewerperson, booked for next Thursday. I hope to see you guys here at 9 p.m. I'm going to start this music and let a couple submissions play, and we'll get out of here. Thank you everybody for coming through. Seriously, I have so much fun doing this. Either whether it was 45 minutes like the last episode, an hour and a half like this episode, watching you guys chat it up, reading all the submissions, it's just beautiful, honestly. I'm happy that I get to play a part in building such a fantastic community that will hopefully propel not just the artist that we listen to, who this is based upon, but all of the people around him. 99 Nights, Kennedy XOXO, literally my favorite up-and-coming artist right now. If you don't know Kennedy's music, check him out. Garden, Gucci High Waters, Swain, the NV man himself. Swain, bro. Like, I hope this podcast gives them all the exposure that they deserve. Once again, thank you everybody for coming out. I'm going to end with the song, and I got a couple of slides to show of a couple more submissions. Seriously. Love you all. Thank you.
Going down fine. Plates in his back from his work at front line. Scars meet the fern and they'll fade in due time. Shock atop his friend, he tried exposing his spine. Now he's in a box and his face untied. Stories he can tell keep you up in late night. If it's such other, why the fuck do we imply? Thought the wish well, but it was taken by the goblin. If he had a choice, he would have died again.
So am I gonna be muted on YouTube too?
Left me as a hermit in the trees. As above, so below, I have taken to this home. When my hands turning blue, I will climb from this hole. Bullet dodger, if they stake me and pay me all burn, then we all burn. Just like his father, traitor half-breed, take his life first, it's an elven honor. Blood is in you, let it rain down, let it fall upon me, for I fall first. He's a bullet dodger, he's a broken heart beast, left a rotting harbor, oh there's nothing calmer. Not a strike from the grave, sought the winter well fine. Fire in his gut confirms it's going down fine. Blades in his back from his working front lines. Scars need to burn and they'll fade in due time. Shock atop his friend, he tried exposing his spine. Now he's in a box and his fate is untied. Stories he can tell keep you up in late night. If it's such other, why the fuck do we oblige?
Once again, just for the YouTube, I want to say thank you everybody who watched. Thank you everybody who's going to be watching in the future. It's an honor to be able to host such an amazing podcast with an amazing vision in an amazing community. Seriously, love you all. This is the last song, and then I'm going to end the stream. We'll be live next Thursday with an artist for an interview.
Okay, got a vision in the backseat. 20 on the dash, I can't catch you. If she post a picture, don't attach you. If she comes running to attach you. Missing drinks, I with a cushion out sideways. Poke around the velvet down to my face. Think I smoked too much, my mother had a dry taste. Can't be taking sip of this, she told me how to like it. You feel when I press a plain body. Feel the pressure resurrect me like a zombie. Shop a tongue, full from shop at Abercrombie. Flying private, if I fly in a county. Yeah, I put all the petty shit behind me. If you got a problem, then you know just where to find
The
me.
stream open.
In a bar, in a King Street lobby. I don't got a cup, I got icing like it's hot.
Okay.
One floor in a penthouse room. I just look out on a young and see the view. I guess I didn't wish it coming true. I just hope that life will come on you. Diamonds on my neck look like a pool. Got so many cars. dealership. I've been burning rubber, you would think I work at Michelin. See the fireworks lighting up the back. Got my head like a pipe burst, straight to her back to the house. She on it, now she out trying up and go. I don't think the line work. I hang up the phone and put it back in front of white words. I think I'm too faded for the. I don't even like her. Still, I think I have enough. She don't like her. I just hit my ex and now she ain't even cry first. I ain't telling me what to believe. Okay, got a vision in the backseat. 220 on the dash, I can't catch me. She post a picture, don't attach me. This shit comes right into a taxi. Missing drinks with a cushion on sideways. Poker on the velvet down on my space. Think I smoked too much, my mother had a dry taste. Baby, take a sip of this and tell me how the wine tastes. Okay, got a vision in the backseat. 220 on the dash, I can't catch me. She post a picture, don't attach me. This shit comes right into a taxi. Missing drinks with a cushion on sideways. Poker on the velvet down on my space. Think I smoked too much, my mother had a dry taste. Baby, take a sip of this and tell me how the wine tastes.
Bye, YouTube.